Today we'll be reacting to Kelly Clarkson and Teddy Swims performing Lose Control. And I love Teddy Swims. Actually, the cover I did of Just a Small Town Girl. Yeah, Don't Stop Believing. Actually, the cover I did of Don't Stop Believing was based on his cover of Don't Stop Believing. He's got this amazing voice and amazing vocal control. He does runs. His musicality is so great. Like, I love his runs and all that. But let's just save all this gushing for whatever's about to happen here with Kelly Clarkson, because, you know, I love her too. Before we start, this is a reaction video. It's a commentary video, so I'm going to pause and provide some commentary along the way, but I'll of course link the full performance below so that you can check it out without me disturbing you. But you clicked reaction, so here we are. Thank you so much to my Buy Me a Coffee members who kind of sponsored this video. Check out the link below or go to buymeacoffee.com/Hege. That's buymeacoffee.com/HEGE to become a member and get shoutouts in videos, early access to videos, and exclusive content like blooper reels and a lot of fun stuff. It's free to have a look. So go to buymeacoffee.com/Hege, and thank you so much to my existing members. I really appreciate your support.
Annette performing Lose Control off the album I've Tried Everything But Therapy, Part 1. Here's Teddy Swims and Kelly Clarkson.
You know, it's such a good name for an album because albums are often like therapy for a lot of musicians and sensitive people, artists. Yeah, it's just a great album title.
Something's got a hold on me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in and the devil's knocking at my door.
The tone of Teddy Swims's the tone of his voice is so rich. You know what I mean? It's the timbre, like he's got this distinct timbre. Is that the word in English? Yeah. And like I said before we started, like his vocal control is so good, and the way that he incorporates those rasps, but can also do like a perfectly clear tone, like. Ugh. Yep, so good and so soulful. His voice is so soulful, and you can also see how excited Kelly is. She's just standing like this while he's singing, which I would too, you know, or I would just lay in a puddle on the floor because his voice melts me.
Out of my mind, how many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone?
Yes, the timing.
It's taking a toll on me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones.
Before we get into the more climaxy part here, or not the you know what I mean, with the drums and everything, where the band enters fully. Before we get into that, the timing they had there, because what they did, like the way that, how do I explain this to people who haven't necessarily studied music? You have the beat, you know, that's on a set, you know, it's the beat, it's solid. But what they did with their vocals here was they were like on the very back end of that beat, like giving that, you know, you get that. Honestly, don't know how to explain this. So if you're a musician, you'll understand. If not, just listen to how they're almost not on the beat. They're just like a little bit behind, and that makes it all groove in a like different way. And the way they were synced, their timing there, you could tell they were really tuning into each other too. Yeah, it's amazing. Let's get this build up and get into it.
No good at being alone.
So good.
It's taking a toll on me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you love? I lose control.
Yes.
When you're not next to me. When you're not next to me.
Oh, and with her silky vocals next to his raspy ones. Just notice also how like in his mask he's singing, like it's that nasal quality, but I know that some people take offense to the word nasal for some reason, but there's nothing bad about it. It's bad if, you know, you like, you know, it's bad if it's too much, but when you incorporate it like he does, and like how many, especially like musical artists do. It's a form of resonance. We call it like mask resonance. And it sort of fills out the tone really nicely. And when you do that, you also don't have to push so much, to get to the higher notes. So it's a more healthy way. A lot of musical singers use that when they belt as well. They're very like, or here, It's a healthy way to not try to push all the air out here. You use your resonance to get that lovely tone. It's a whole subject, there could be a whole book written about it, or there is. So I can't get into this in just a reaction like this, but it's really interesting. And just notice how that shapes his tone, and adds to that richness of his voice. And also he has this wideness to his vowels when he sings. It's really, really good. Oh, that run. Yes. Yes. Here you hear that same thing in the band, like with the drummer. He's on the beat, but it's just like almost at the back end of that beat. Like, it just adds to the groove. Like, it makes it less vanilla, I guess. Less like marching band, less white. It's very much used in all the music styles like gospel, R&B, soul, all the soulful stuff, really. I like it. If my face goes like this or something, like, it's not because I don't like it, it's because I really, really like it. And that's a musician thing. And speaking of musician things, these two singers are both musicians. You can see their musicianship in the way that they interact and how they build the dynamics together in the song, and the timing and everything. And also when Teddy goes off, can I call him Teddy? When Teddy Swims goes off on those runs and stuff, that's his musicality shining through. Because one thing is to have the agility, the other thing is, knowing where to go. And he can play around with it, and so can Kelly, because they're both wonderful musicians. I don't really like it when people separate singers from musicians. I mean, some singers are just singers, they can reproduce a song. But so there is a difference between singers, but even people with a lot of education and a lot of experience, like myself, actually, we get just called singers. And when they talk about musicians, we're not a part of that, even though I have the same education, like the musical education as a musician. It's just that my instrument sits here and it's not something like that you can touch. So we don't have to make that distinction always. Singers or vocalists of this caliber, musicians. Oh, their timing is so good. It's too good. Again, it's the musicianship of it all that really gets me, because I know he can sing. I know his voice sounds really good, and I know Kelly's voice sounds really good, and I know that she can sing, and I know they both have amazing vocal control and dynamic ranges, and that they can do all this like intricate like rhythmical stuff and all the agility and all that. I know they both individually can do that, but it's really nice to hear two people that I admire so much as vocalists get together and do that, and just seeing the musicianship between them. All right.
Yeah, I know I can do it on my own, but I want that beautiful magic, and it takes two. Automatic. It's about a minute when I'm with you, I'm an addict. And I need some relief. My skin see the forest through the trees. Got me down on my knees.
There, she went into that raspiness together with him on that. Oh, and it sounds. I get like, what's it called? Jernteppe. Like my mind goes blank because it's just so good that I hear all these details and I'm like, oh, I have to mention this and I have to mention this, and it's all just so good that I forget everything that I was gonna say. And there are two people. You know, I struggle with this when it's one singer, and here we have two greats. Just the way that do you know what I mean by this richness? Instead of like it's like it's just this richness. I think it has to do with his tongue position too, but I haven't like really studied his live performances. I've just been listening, so yeah, I have to get into that. Yes. Nice way that she uses her vibrato there. Like it's timed with the subdivisions of the beat, but she also like uses the vibrato to sort of build these little dynamic variances. I'm sorry, my Norwegian brain just disconnected or connected, I guess. My English brain left the building. Dynamic variables, like movement, dynamic movement. That sort of adds this little spice to it. Instead of just going na 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 na, it's like na 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 na. You know, it's also, she's doing it with the volume, but also with the vibrato. Like she's using it to get that little bounce. So good. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. I'm sorry, but we have to pause a little bit also because of copyright and stuff, you know? When Kelly goes up to those higher notes here and also more loud in terms of volume, that's what loud means. Look at her mouth positioning on the highest notes. It's like really widened, and also her jaw is open but not pushed out or not strained in any way. It's just down and with that wideness. And we've talked about this many times before on Kelly reactions and other singers too. But when you're belting, the reason why you want to widen it is because, and also do that little elongation of your neck, not tilt too far back because that will obstruct things, but just that little, and you get that. What you allow the frequencies that sounds really good in a belt, and those become louder so that you don't have to push as much, and you also allow that free airflow. When you're this good, you don't even have to try, you know, it's so effortless for them. And now she's also in like this wider, more dirty space. When I say dirty, I just mean with more distortion and stuff, like more effects. And it's, when they do it here, like Teddy Swims too, the distortion is not a flaw, you know, it's not because he can't sing a clear note. He totally definitely can. You know, it's just like a saxophone when you hear that, or even a guitar with distortion. It's just a cool effect, really. And in a song with vocals like this, it sort of adds to the emotion in it. It's more like bringing a point or feeling something really loudly, much, like heavily, deeply, I guess. Yes, into that lightness, agility. Oh, come on, the vibrato and everything too. But yeah, there's literally no chance for me to actually pause this in a good place because they just keep delivering. When she went into her head voice there, such lightness and doing it on that E, it just sounds. It gives it this jazzy feel, I guess, the way that she phrased it and with her vibrato and also the notes that she chose to sing is like soulful again. And as always, I'm just in awe of Kelly's ability to do just that, just switch between those loud belts and also pulling away from the mic. Did you see she did that? Because she knew the belt, like she has a, bigger dynamic range than most on her belts. But yeah, she could even pull away a little bit from the mic like she did here to get just the perfect blend in the mix. And that's also musicianship right there. Because you think about how it's going to sound in the mix. You not just like, listen to my vocals. I'm really good. I'm so great. It's listen to all of us. Listen to this musical piece that we create together. And I love seeing Kelly with guests. She's always just enjoying it and yeah, really warm and nice. With that vibrato. Yes! She's like tipping my hat, bowing down in the dust, everything. Seeing two singers, two musicians of this caliber work together, the way that they can just play around while they were also very respectful to the arrangement and to following each other and allowing space for each other. Like I said, when Kelly pulled away from the mic and he did the same, like at certain parts, and you can just tell, like I said, they both think about how it's all going to come together and sound instead of just, come on, listen to my vocals. I'm the best, because they really are the best. They're so good. Both of them, I love them so much. Thank you so much for recommending it, though I would have done this anyway because I love them both, obviously. If you're still watching, thank you so much for watching till the end. I really appreciate you. So leave 2 hearts in the comments for these 2 amazing singers, because then I'll see that you watched till the end and I can appreciate you. Leave a little heart, because I really do appreciate you. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. Become a member on my BuyMeACoffee if you want to do that. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.